Okay. Hey, everybody, to our July meeting about the equestrians of the unknown world. Thanks for making it. I wanted to use actually today to talk about more 60-year plan. What everybody had in mind. Where are we? We are a year before the event. It's next year on June 29th till July 6th in Indiana. The what can think about the fairground now, but
Hendricks County.
Hendricks, thank you. And so I just was like, and now we have people on the committee with some delegation, but I wanted to know what equestrians themselves maybe had planned, not just the people who are leading our activity. I know some of you emailed me separately and had great ideas. So I thought just to use today to brainstorm to see can we make things possible and work with some of the ideas and to make sure we leave room. So that was kind of my idea for today. And then we move forward. And just as a reminder, there is no meeting next month because I will be at Pensick. There will be a meeting at Pensick for equestrians, but not our Zoom meeting. Okay, I know Mishi has a great idea, but before I turn it to Mishi, anybody else has any idea you wanted to throw out there what you maybe either have questions about or would like to see? Okay, Mishi, do you want to share your idea?
Sure, I can do that. Um, so something that has been done in Atlanta, which I admit that I have not been part of myself because it's been a couple of years, is that we have done team events before. Not a team event as in like an equestrian team challenge, but as in like you have a rapier fighter, a heavy fighter, an equestrian, an archer, like some variation therein. Uh, and I don't think we've ever, and it's had, you had to have a herald and something, and all the different MICs work together to create this team challenge so that you could get the teams could compete against one another, and you could have like basically a team challenge in that sense. We tried to integrate it into what other challenges were already going on, right? So that way we wouldn't have to set up a whole different tournament for the heavy fighters or rapier fighters or what have you, but so that way the points could just be utilized instead, which helped make it flow better for, a day-long event. But I thought that it would be a good way to cross some bridges, right? Because equestrian can get pretty isolating with other SCA colleagues, SCA members, and also just, again, help bring us to the forefront and bring some pomp and circumstance with like there would be like a parade, right? Of like these are the teams, and the herald would announce them and things like that. So I was just thinking a variation on that theme in some way.
Any feedback or anything? Because I talked with Mishi already.
I've been trying to do something like that on the smaller scale for mounted war games, is try and get almost like a rose turning going with the different rapier and armored fighters and whatnot, and try and get like a team aspect to try and get more integrated into the event with equestrians.
Sounds like almost, would you guys be interested in working together to make it not as difficult for one piece? So for 60 year, I don't know if I mentioned it for most equestrians, I try to have delegation going. Not one person should do everything or like a whole thing by themselves. I love teamwork and just that not one person gets overwhelmed by activity. And the gauntlet is an activity, not like a whole department, but it sounds like still a lot of parts to it. So I think maybe to have partners might actually be good. Especially, Stacy, if you have already some experience in running it.
I have not run any type of rose tourney. I just have seen it and thought about how to incorporate equestrian into that. But I would definitely be interested in working with someone about it. With seating, with being a seated baronage, I don't know. I don't want to be like pulled away and try to split myself too thin.
Good point. I forgot about that. And you still will be baroness next year in summer because you have 3 years, right? You just started last year.
Correct.
So, yeah. And the question would be, Mishi, are you okay? Because it was your idea. I didn't want to throw you under the bus and say, hey, you need to have a partner.
Yeah, no, I think teamworking, it would be great. You know, like I am not a heavy fighter or rapier fighter or anything. Like my only martial activity is equestrian. So having someone that can help me kind of come up with the basic rule set or basic format of it that is more familiar with other aspects. And then, you know, again, it also involves, again, talking to the rapier MIC, talking to the heavy MIC, the art, like, you know, what have you. And I would love to find a way to incorporate ANS into this as well. Having someone that bounce ideas off of before taking it to the other martial activities in ANS, I think would be good.
And I think, Stacy, you're local, right? Isn't that your barony?
No, we're about 2.5. That's Sternfeld, I believe. We're about 2.5 hours away. So we're more local than you, but
yeah. Because for some reason I thought Gwyn was local to that group, and so I kind of associated you guys together being local. Because I thought, and I like, honestly, for this inter-kingdom event, I love when we have one activity run by 2 or 3 different kingdoms coming together, because most of the things right now, we really have multi-kingdom activities, not like Ethelmog does this and Midrom just does this, and it's like everything combined. And I think it's absolutely awesome to bridge boundaries like this.
So my only comment would be is that if that's what you want to do, we need to start now so that we can get people introduced to horses. And because I know when I at 50th, the person that won the chariot archery had never touched a horse before. So that was interesting, but also just to get them excitement built up.
And so our plan was from the 60 year after Pensic really to push it. So the scheduling supposed to go out September was like, and because we have a couple meetings doing Pensic this year to get things done, we're working on the bid right now. And then we really were hoping June, July, August to get all of our stuff done so we can do all the registration, all the stuff. But you can definitely make posts already and say, hey, this is the plan. So give them a heads up plan for it. Definitely can start advertising, but really pushing it. We thought after Pensic or September was kind of our
if you're going to be at Pensic, I mean, I you know, if I was going to do that, I would put up some wanted posters and just, you know, get them ready, you know, and say, hey, you know, do some type of a wanted poster and do something fun with that and get them thinking about it. You don't have to really do anything, but start them thinking, because you're never going to have that many people together again.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, Gisa, you know better than I know. Again, I don't know who's on staff yet, who's not on staff yet, right?
So we still don't have on heavy fighting somebody who will organize the heavy fighters. We have archery, we have ANS, we have youth, we have the equestrian, we have the entertainment with the dance and all of that, but that would not go with you. I think we have we do have a rapier now. But I think the only thing we don't have at this point is a heavy fighting, which I'm like, most people in the SCA do heavy fighting, right? Isn't that like the main draw? people like to hit each other with sticks, and there's nobody volunteering to take over and organizing the rapier fighters.
Well, an issue that we have commonly in Atlantia is that exact problem where everyone would rather hit each other than run run the activity. And we've had some close calls with our heavy marshals where like they're like, oh, but like it'll be like literally 2 weeks before an event, and we're like, okay, this event's not having heavy, and they're like, what do you mean? It's like, well, we've been trying to get someone for 6 months and none of you volunteered. And then somehow someone pops up within 2 days, and you're like, you could have done that 6 months ago. You could have volunteered 6 months ago. So yeah, I'm not that surprised hearing you say that.
And I know Jalida was trying to find somebody, and I don't think we have anybody volunteering yet. So that's still on it. While we have a night here, maybe Michael can help us out and advertising it on your side. And that would be, it does not need to be Ethelmark, but if you know somebody who likes to organize actually to organize that department, you don't need to do it by yourself, but somebody needs to take the lead on what to do, what's the schedule, what kind of wars you need, and then you can delegate the different fights and when to fight and all that stuff. And you don't have to, but
no, I could reach out. I don't know if I'll even be there, but if it's specifically for this sort of team up thing, once I get the particulars, I can absolutely reach out. I have a lot of friends out that way, so
because
that'd be no big deal to
and
get somebody to just kind of
because that's
wrangle.
Yeah, that's part of it, where it's like I want to try to make this as low level of lift as possible for our different marshal in charges, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is part of why I'm hoping to start the conversation with them, is so we can be like, hey, what are you already looking at running? How do we utilize it so that way it's again, not having to schedule a whole nother thing in their space. We can like, okay, you already have this activity, or like this competition, that competition. This one, if we massage it a little, fits the bill, right? Like we can modify our rules to
for sure
meet what they
Okay.
So I don't think it'll be a problem. I think that's one of the easier things to fill. And again, like Stacy pointed out, that it can drag on and then suddenly at the end go, oh yeah, I got a guy. It won't be that tough.
It's just for us to plan to make sure we have the space. We know. So if you want to have a melee, you need a little bit more than you want to run a tournament, So we need to know.
In terms of like establishing what's required, I can absolutely do that from a distance. But anytime, if for involving marshals or somebody to actually run to be the marshal in charge of that particular activity, we'd have to get somebody probably local or somebody I know who's definitely going.
Yeah, and we have people who know they will not be there because they have already other plans doing that week, but they're helping organize, and then they just have somebody else run it on site, but they're within the organization part. So Michael, you can think about it and just let me know if you're interested in being part of the organization. And then, so we do have a Discord for that, and I need to go and post it and share that. I'm not really great with the Discord. It's new to me. They introduced me to it, so I'm still struggling. But the way we have it set up, site for Equestrian opens up on Sunday, the 28th, but we don't have the entire site available. That is June. So the main people can go and arrive on Monday. So officially it opens up on Monday, except for the people who help setting up. We can come in. And then we have the main day Saturday. So it goes from Monday till Monday. But the main day will be Saturday because based on experience, like from mounted war games or so, or from golf wars, people like to pull out on Sunday instead of waiting for the Monday because it's the 4th of July weekend. So we want to have so we said all the tournaments who will have finalists. If there's people like we want to do like the jousters, the wood jousting, the best 4 or best 6 of the different disciplines, they will have the grand finale in front of court, or the dais, or the royals, however you want to name it. So Saturday will be like the day of all the tournament finals to establish who will win the joust, the whatever we all have in there that we can put in as a show. So like Saturday at 2:00, from 2 till 5, basically, we said we're just celebrating the victors, or we're doing the fights. We have them the champions of the different disciplines, then the final court, then the feast. And Sunday we have little activities plus packing up. Whoever wants to leave can leave. So right now we said Thursday, Friday, we're starting with preliminary tournaments. If that is what you want to do, let's say we have 21 jousters again, as we did at Golf Wars. We will have like some jousting already on Thursday and Friday, and then basically only have the best finals on Saturday. So we don't sit 3 hours through our foam joust. Stuff like that. So this is kind of right now the idea, but again, it all depends who will show up and all of that, which we don't know yet. But this is the layout, how we want to adjust the days, just as like with Mishy's Melee would be, all the tournaments would need to be final, or the last things, or the champion would be then announced on that Saturday. So everything would need to be done and completed and calculated, so we can announce all the champions from all the different disciplines, ANS as well, in court on Saturday at 5:00.
I'm sorry, I need to back up for just one moment. Did you say that this is on the 4th of July of next year?
Yeah.
I missed that before. Sorry.
Are you not there?
Well, so the 4th of July is usually when Horse Progress Days it happens. And so I usually go to Horse Progress Days, but I can possibly make an exception.
Okay. That would be nice.
I just truly had missed that part.
Yeah,
For some reason I thought it was in the fall.
It's the only weekend we got the site. If
Okay.
we chose kind of to have that site for that, then that was kind of, because that was where you said that this was when we talked in a Zoom meeting last year around this time. We talked about what site to use, and that was kind of the center location for most people. And people liked it from 50 year. So we kind of decided to use that again.
Yes, lovely site. All good there. Just I had apparently missed the date. So
Okay. Okay. Besides, so I really love Mishy's idea. I love that connection from the different disciplines and how to go and pull it together. So again, I can go and share the, so at this point, the Discord is for people who are organizing. So if you're on the organizing, I call them departments, like the ANS or the Equestrians. Equestrians have a lot of different underneath, because we have somebody managing the barn, the schedule, the parking and trailers, and all the different parts underneath. And then we have people who do mounted combat, driving. The joust is from somebody else. Riding before the prince is somebody else. So we have people who will organize those different activities as well. So Equestrian has a lot of different departments underneath. Same with the entertainment. Otherwise, we do have ANS, classroom schedules, sanitary, first aid, accessibility, the other departments, exchequer, all that great stuff. So those people otherwise are all on the Discord. But if you're planning to help and volunteer, you definitely send me a PM, and I will send you the Discord link. If I forget, poke me. So otherwise, we are planning whatever you want to do. I kind of remember from 50 year that in the last 2 weeks before the event, everybody popped up with specific sponsoring activities. Oh yeah, we do have a procession. I think we do that procession on Thursday, we say, because we think we needed to play by ear when royals are planning to arrive. And we don't know who will be royals until they win Fall Crown. So that will be, and then they need to let us know if they're planning to attend or not, and based on that, and if they want to be mounted or not. So I'm stealing a lot of ideas from Golf War on how they do it and put it into the 60-year program for us. So when that will be, that probably will be an hour, 2 hours for the procession that will be scheduled or blocked off for the schedule for that. But otherwise, those are kind of the activities right now we have. I do plan on mounted security again, as we did in 50 year. In any kind of classes you want to see, you want to teach, does not need to be with the horse. I think, Kathleen, you offered to do some classes with or without the horse, if I saw your post correctly.
Well, I did at 50th, but I think for this one, I had offered to do a saddle petting zoo. I saw a a musical petting zoo a few years ago, which was absolutely fabulous. And so I think that based on the response to the mounted archery, people really do like to see the equipment. Maybe it'll be an equipment or equestrian tack zoo or something. I don't know. But basically they can touch it and ask questions about it, sit in the saddle, do whatever they want to do and just learn.
Mm-hmm. And so for all of, so if you do want to teach classes, we need to get you in contact with Hannah or Teresa, Lady Teresa, who is going to be the equestrian. If it's equestrian, she does the equestrian schedule, and then we have an overall event scheduler on top of everything. But I kept separate for entertainment, has their own scheduler person, schedule creator. And ANS has, and then we have an overall event scheduler. So they put everything together. So if you do have a class you want to teach, either mounted or without a horse, we just let us know. Of the official sign up for classes will be starting, like I said, September. We are creating the online forms to sign up for it. And then September, we said we're going to launch it because we thought more than 9 months out is normally not feasible that people would remember what they signed up for.
I feel identified.
Oh, so do I. I signed up for Pensick 2 months ago and I don't remember. Luckily, Michi reminds me because you made that great post about it. But anything else, or you would like me maybe to include? I'm the head steward right now. I'm no longer the equestrian marshal in charge. Gwen took over because I became the SEO in between and shouldn't do that. Hans, anything from North Shield you would like to include while you're on our meeting today?
At the moment, I've got a lot of various moving parts happening for life stuff, and so I cannot commit to running anything, but we have intentions to attend the event if possible.
Okay.
If there happens to be something related to Rossfecting, we'll happily participate in that.
So
but at this time, we are not.
Is the one taking care of the Rossfechten section of it. So if you want to do a class like You know, anything
Right.
basically like golf was
So,
since you've been there.
mhm.
But she would be the one for you then to contact if you want to either teach or just participate or whatever you like to do.
Sounds good. Yeah, I wasn't aware what all was prearranged so far. So,
So yeah, and that's fine. Right now we have department heads, I call them. So I have like people who will go and be the point of contact for other people who would like to teach, but they don't need to do all the activities. So Apollonia is Rossfechten because she's still the deputy for that. Teresa is still for mounted to ground, and Jennifer or Bridget is doing riding before the prince, or Sultan. Euler is obviously do the joust. So all of that has department heads, as I call them, but they don't need to teach the class. So for jousting, somebody can do laveys or timing or targeting. You know, you can go and teach a class on how to do a horse training, and that just would need to contact Euler. Hey, I would like to do jousting 101. So Euler doesn't need to have to do everything, but he keeps everything under control or logged in under his supervision, if that makes sense.
yep.
But otherwise, anything anybody would like to see, I'm not just looking for volunteers. Something I've been asked a couple of times on teaching, or people wanted to know really how to sew boarding, or they really want to, I don't even know, do some very specific. We had in Atlantia, we had
Jordan.
grabbing, or not grabbing. How was it called, Mishi? It wasn't grabbing. It's like
Grappling?
basically mugging on horseback. Is that what the class
Yeah,
was?
grappling.
Grappling.
I think
Oh,
Elsie officially called it grappling. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely
That
fun.
was a lot of fun. I hope she could.
Amazing.
Do you know if she'll be able to come to 60 year, or if you not asked her?
We're talking. She might. I try to convince her to make Pensick, and if she makes Pensick, then she might make 60 years. So we will see, but we're working on things. But so these are like things I would like to see grappling again, because I've never seen it before leaves in April, and it was completely new. It is basically unhorsing somebody by wrestling on horseback. We did it with Anna in Colorado, but you know, it's nice to do things. So that's where I was like, if you like to see something, like Rossfechten has now those pistols in the experimental part of it. Would you like to have more idea? I mean, I'm intrigued by it. I just don't have the 300 euros right now to spend on a pistol for it. But
Yeah,
if
that's
there is
totally in
any,
my wheelhouse. I just gotta check with her and see how she got them imported because they know the maker. I talked to them a while back and they were having troubles getting them exported because they looked too much like firearms for customs. But she
so
got them somehow. So,
talk to me. Well, Apollonia got it through Jeff, got it here, but my sister is willing to be the point of contact, and I'm gonna see my sister in 2 weeks. Or
yeah,
actually not, in August somewhere, but she can ship anything privately. So if you want anything, I reached out. I just didn't want to make it too public. But
yeah.
PM me if you choose to. And my sister is in Germany, in Stuttgart. So I can make, or we can make a mass order to her place, and either I'm gonna go and pick it up. We have a wedding in August, so in Germany. So there's a good way for me maybe to bring them back too.
Okie dokie. We'll see. I've got plenty of the rubber band stuff from Rapier, but they kind of thwack a little bit much. I haven't played with them on the ponies yet. So.
Okay, so those are balls. They were not rubber band.
Yeah, no, I've seen those. I'm just saying I have the alternate version that we currently use in Rapier.
Yeah, I heard about those. I haven't, I'm not Rapier,
But
so yeah.
anyway,
Okay, awesomeness. Yeah, those would be some of those. I would like to see more about it, have it bring up, and try it out maybe even before I buy things, but that would be absolutely amazing. Hey, Jordan, welcome. Anything for you? So this is all about 60 year. Anything you have idea about joining, would like to see for next year, 60 years? Brainstorming.
Well, we've got to wait and see how politics in the rest of the world goes first.
Yes.
Because there are frightfully few Canadians willing to go down to American events right now, as I'm sure many understand. I mean, my wife skirts the authorities and likes to go down for weekends like she did last weekend. But whether we can make it down for 60th, and a much larger question is whether we would be able to bring horses down, because I don't know what the import-export paperwork is like now. I don't know if there's increased tariffs on that, because my wife is the expert in paperwork. I'm not.
Yeah.
But as for what to do there, just I would love to see just kind of a tableau of what we do in equestrian. I mean, I think there should be a focus on things that are more achievable for the average rider, the game stuff, things like that. But foam jousting is certainly in the realm of possibility for an average rider, assuming that they have any familiarity at all with armor, which is not hard to come by in the SCA.
Yeah. So we do have quite a lot already. So we have obviously jousting. No, I shouldn't say obviously, but Oil is doing the joust. So we have a lot of things already, like we did 50 year. I was just like also something maybe new or something exciting or something you've seen or anybody's seen. So I really like the lance fencing, I call it, where Anna is basically using lances instead of just swords. I shouldn't say just for doing Rossfechten, but with lances. I do want to do more mounted to ground, which is absolutely fun. And I was hoping maybe to do that next weekend.
So I have a question.
So,
I know. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just brainstorming to give you guys ideas.
So with I see that in England, where I'm going next week, they're doing a mounted fencing event thing. Is that the same thing as what we're doing in the SCA, or is that something different?
If that is from historical equestrians, they're doing it very close to what Arne does. So the Europeans have different guidelines in the rules. They can do some maneuvers that SEA is not allowed, but otherwise it's very similar.
Okay, and so it's the mounted fencing is similar specifically to what?
That would be like sword fighting on horseback, cavalry. Well, 16th century for us.
I watched a video just the other day that one of the fellows over there posted, and it's mounted combat, similar to what we do with batons for mounted crest, that sort of thing. But they're using steel simulators.
It's essentially SCA cut and thrust.
It's very
Thanks,
pre-13th century. It's like really, really early, maybe early 13th century, late 12th. So they're barrel helms, curved Norman shields type of thing, and mail, and just whacking at each other with swords on horseback.
Okay, then I've seen different ones.
The guys doing it are, I mean, it's like, it's Arne and his buddies over there. So they're all good riders. So
yeah,
there's a lot to be said for the sword control. So
Yeah, I
And
think this is the next frontier in equestrian of a lot of adapting our rules and systems and the programs to do the more historical forms like cut and thrust on horseback or what you're talking, where they're integrating the armor where it's mounted harnischfechten.
Mm.
So you have agreed upon conventions and armor and weapons, and you are doing it as close as you can to the originals.
Mhm.
And that's great and it's awesome, and the weapons play so much better than the plastics. You'll know it when you try it, and it's also more fulfilling than the batons. But the batons are replicating the wood batons, but we don't use those because those hurt too much. So,
Yeah. The foam ones are just
yeah.
heavy as heck, but yeah, they're okay.
Yes.
Uh,
But yeah, rust
it's all
fecting
new
with
stuff.
steel, beautiful.
It's all new stuff to do. It's just going to require more stringent authorizations. That's all.
Yep.
So, and the horses don't care. They're digging it.
It looked
and
quite fun. So I just wanted to see which I would consider doing that. So I wasn't sure where that fell in our world. So thank you.
Yeah.
and there is other, I consider that a difference for mounted combat or quest or Rossfechten, only from not only, but the equitation I normally see between the different ones and the different form of approaching each other, but I'm not a heavy fighter that I can't do all the sword techniques or like a fencer. But for me, looking from a horse person aspect, the equitation is a different level and different approach that I see people doing mounted combat or quest compared to Rossfechten for that. But it might just be my observation. But yes, anything else otherwise? So how about anything you need or you would like to make sure it is in place for housing your equines? And Jordan, I now bringing horses in. I don't think I even would consider but taking horses across the border just because. First of all, the distance from you, and then the paperwork and quarantine and all that stuff. I was just hoping maybe you guys show up. We do have horses, maybe.
Well, we'll certainly keep that in mind.
So we talked about, and Gwen is not here right now, but we talked about maybe possible stall mats or not. Or, I mean, if you've been there or if you know the site, it's a great barn, but it's concrete floor. Otherwise, is there anything you would like to make sure we arrange? It's a fairground, so we have water, we have electricity, we have RV parking or trailer parking. Anything we are really like specifically otherwise looking for that will be in place that will make it easier for your pony to attend the event. We don't really know about horse rentals as we did at 60 year, because I think that place that rented horses is no longer in business or changed owner or something like that. I had somebody else looking into that because I know a lot of people rented horses for it. That was a different subject, but as of right now, we are not really knowing if we're going to do that or not.
Issa, do we know if this fairgrounds will let us buy shavings or hay from them?
Yes, we can buy hay and shavings locally.
Now, the last time I was down there, there's a TSC or a Farm and Family or something like that, like right across the road
Right
too.
across. Yes, that's what I heard. And there's a feed store where Tractor Supply is feed store, but there's like all that entire area is really developed now. I haven't been there since Middle Kingdom 50 year, and I didn't pay attention, but I heard it's really a lot of hotels, restaurants, and grocery stores, feed store, all that stuff is right across the street.
Yes, I was there for some archery event. And if you haven't been there since 50 year, it's a little shocking. It has grown up considerably. So it's not quite as quiet now in the country as it was, but it does mean that, there's still lots of conveniences. There's more food, there's more other things. So there's that on the other hand.
Yeah.
Just late to the party. This is the Hendricks County Fairgrounds. Is this where we are?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about an 8.5 hour drive for us, assuming we go full speed. Okay.
Mixed in with truck and trailer, but again, I would not bring horses from Canada.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea at this point.
So, okay. So if nobody else has questions about 60 years, while we have KEOs here, I did send out emails today about meeting, but to meet on the 22nd for the KEOs, to talk about insurance and all that great little stuff, just to catch everybody up where we are from society level. But does anybody else have any other things you would like to address as being an equestrian in our society?
So when's that meeting? Because I don't see any new emails in.
I sent it out this afternoon, July 22nd. It's a Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Okay.
If you didn't get it, I can send it to you. I'm trying to create a group email list to put everybody in. And I got your thing too. I'm sorry I dropped the ball on that one, but I talked with Arabella on it. I'll bring it this weekend.
Yep.
Found it.
As someone who's ordering equestrian
I can't hear you,
insurance for an
Mishi.
event this fall. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
I didn't hear the beginning.
Oh, sorry. As someone who's ordering equestrian insurance for an event this fall, is there anything that I need to know?
I don't know. I can't tell you because I need to talk to your KEO first.
All right.
It
well,
is
hopefully
just
I can get my event steward to.
It's all the same right now. We just tried basically to consolidate sites in insurance. So if it's a site that has been used previously, you should not request a new insurance. It should be an addendum to the previous insurance. Have you used that site
for this
before
event?
this
it's Havoc.
year? Okay.
Yeah, it's the Havoc site. Yeah.
So you have been there this year.
No, not this year. Last November.
Okay.
And the November before that.
We order a new one. We're just trying to consolidate the money and just basically working on it. But I think Atlantia didn't have so many events yet. So we're just trying to don't get broke on paying insurance.
Yeah.
And again, I don't have all the listings yet where you guys had, because Atlantia got really active again this year with practices and stuff, but I need to get the data from Tenek first.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I have one other thing that's not 60-year related.
Okay.
That I'm going to be talking about for the next couple months, so you guys will get sick of hearing it. In next February, so February 2026, the University of Atlantia, the Locock University, and Drachenwald University is doing a 24-hour long university. And I think it'd be really cool to get an equestrian.
Sure.
Is that
Zoom or is that in person?
On Zoom or whatever you want, but they want 24 hours straight of learning. So I'm going to try to organize an equestrian track. So if you are someone who likes to teach online, think about it.
I do it all
I'm going to keep being buggy because if we...
hit me up for that if you need to.
Yeah, same here.
I would love to get I would love to get people across the world. Like I would love to get at least one teacher from each kingdom. That'd be really cool.
Put it in the SCA Facebook page.
You don't have to live in
because the
these
entire world is on it.
Yep. No. Once it is more, once they have more stuff publicly available, I will start doing that. But yeah, they announced it a couple weeks ago, and so I wanted to just start introducing that idea, and I'm going to talk about it at Penzic at the Known World meeting as well.
Awesomeness. Yeah, go for it. Make a poster. I love that idea. Make posters so people can go and put it in by a troll or something like it. If you're not there that first week, give it. I can print it and put it out on troll because everybody can see it then. Anastasia, you had your hand up.
Yeah, hello to everyone. Sorry, I'm without camera. It's just 3:55 a.m. in the morning, and in our country, and I'm just not looking very good. I just wake up from my bed. I wanted to ask you the question, which is not connected with your current topic. I was looking for webinars and online equestrian events on Facebook when I found yours, and I wanted to ask whether you guys sometimes organize meetings connected with barn management or horse management or equestrian marketing, because I'm studying it right now, and I'm studying any barn issues, any barn problems that can arise among the barn owners and the managers. And I also wanted to ask, maybe there are people who run barns currently who can, with whom I can contact and ask several questions, if it's possible together for such kinds of meeting. Don't get me wrong, I'm also interested in what you're doing. I have, sorry, my English is not my mother tongue.
You're fine.
I actually also attended several podcasts which are connected with historical events. But unfortunately, here in Israel, we do not do such stuff. And sorry for asking you the questions which are not related to the topic.
And Anastasia, you're way too modest because I do follow you since pandemic on Facebook, and I've been in a couple of your broadcasts because I also trained a horse based on Rufus to domesticate. We basically started at the same time. Mine just respected the fence. I did not have your issues with not respecting the fence. So Anastasia is absolute a great historian, equestrian. She's
no.
absolutely
You. I think you're speaking about the wrong Anastasia.
Oh, okay. I thought that is you. Okay.
No. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This must be the wrong Anastasia.
Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Israel. I'm actually from Ukraine, but currently I live in Israel.
Okay.
And
I'm
right
not
now,
sorry because
yeah.
when you said you do podcasts, I thought you're that Anastasia who does a lot of the medieval horsemanship.
No, her last name is Ropa.
Okay. Thank you,
But
Kathleen.
they should meet, though. These two people should meet.
Yes, right.
I work with a small team of developers. They are not equestrians at all. I'm an equestrian. I was in horse riding sports since 13, and I'm helping them to create an app for barn managers and owners to make their communications with boarders and staff smoother. That is why it's crucial for me and for the team to meet with people who run barns and who owns horses to understand which problems they have every day and with which obstacles they face. So maybe you sometimes meet and discuss such kinds of things.
If you send me a PM via Facebook, I can connect you with some of the barn owners I know. We, in this meeting here, is primarily what we do within the SCA, in the Society of Creative Aquanism. And our activities in here, I'm not sure any of us here, I don't think, are really bond owners for public bonds. But Kathleen is normally a plethora of knowledge. She's seen and done a lot. She might be a good resource for additional data. I'm just throwing you out there, Kathleen. But feel free to send me a Facebook PM. I work with different bonds together in the greater Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. I don't run a professional bond. I just have a little farm and horses here. But I'm always welcome to help and just reach out and I see what connections I can provide for you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I was trying to find the chat again, but I can't find it. So Ropa is the last name of the person that Gesa was talking about. And then next week is the International Medieval Congress in Leeds, England. That is partially virtual and may be of interest to you as well.
Wow,
it is
thank
a
you
little
very much.
pricey, but
Okay.
It's worth
Thanks.
it. Okay. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. It's always amazing people who find us on Facebook and come in here. So last time we had people from Australia in here. So I always love to get the world connected. Any other things?
Thank you for the kind words, really. I wish we could the same things happen here in Ukraine. I think we did have some events in Ukraine, but it was before the war started.
Yeah.
And speaking about Israel, there are very few courses here, and people usually don't do such things. Although Israel has a lot of, I think, historical monuments and places, but they actually don't organize.
Yeah, and definitely have different priorities right now. Life is definitely, I can't even imagine, not easy. So thanks for still making time to come to this, because like I said, I can't even imagine living in that. I'm sorry for all the issues the world is causing right now.
Yeah, but no, it's quiet right now. It's calm and quiet, but it wasn't for a few weeks.
Yeah.
But it's better than in Ukraine, at least.
Definitely.
So weirdly enough, I have two Facebook friends that are in Israel.
Yeah.
One is a driver, I think, and one is a has a speed racking horses. So standardbreds.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to find their names, but if you hit me up on Facebook, I'll figure out who they are.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Are you on Facebook as Kathleen Haag? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You want the one that has, because I have a work one and I have a horse one. You want the one that has a horse in the image.
So there is a monument of a horse, yes?
Yep,
A statue
that's me.
of a horse. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
If nobody else has questions, I would stop the recording for tonight about Equestrian, SEA,